Dark age indeed. An age of no decency. An age of nothing. Wait. Oh. Oh. Uh. uh, hello. Hello. I'm sorry. I was just catching up a little bit here. We'll just put this somewhere over here. Um. Hello, everybody. As you know, it is that special time of the week. Another exciting episode of Figure Friday. Yes, that's right, folks. As you know, it's that special time of the week once again to hang out with your boy for a little while and just basically nerd out about all things figure, Funko, merchandise, memorabilia related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. You better believe anything of that sort you're gonna find right here on this channel. You love the shirt? We should honestly because I feel like I don't know if it's the actual thing, but I've always thought like it's a reference to Mulan, because the dragon looks kind of comical like Mushu, and then of course the little China girl right there. Like I don't know if it's just me. I feel like it kind of resembles Mulan and Mushu, but like in a more like modern age. If I had to give it a word. Um, Kenny, how you doing, boss? How you doing? How's work been treating you, man? Heck, I heard you guys are still busy. Heck, I wish I could say the same, but hey, as you know, I'm not part of that family anymore, but that's all right. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you so much. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you are ready. But before any of that and the holiest moments, before we get into all that, please do me a favor. If you haven't already, please go and grab something to eat, something to drink, a snack if you want to, because I want you guys to feel as easy as possible. And because this is a green zone, so please go and help yourself. It got handed to y'all today, and why is that? Because are you? I mean, I'm pretty sure that not only are you guys still getting business from your city, but I'm pretty sure that our folks who were regulars out of the business when I was working in it, they're starting to come to you guys. Like I'm just saying that's probably what it is, isn't it? Busy as heck. But Kenny, wasn't it you the one who told me that being busy is a good thing? I mean, especially if you're going to be in this business. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what you told me. Okay. Bella, thank you so much for the likes. Heck, you're blowing me up right now, man. Heck, I thank you. Hey, all good. Hey, yeah, it is all good, man. Like I said, hey, you're working, and that's what matters most, right? Trust and believe, man. That's what matters most. And don't worry about me, folks. I have something to drink right here, and the food is on the way. So it should be here by the time I'm able to finish hanging out with you guys. Had some good times. Oh, my goodness. Chelsea, good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, of course. Yes, yes, good. Goodness gracious. Yeah, because I got to tell you, I know how you feel, and Kenny. Really, work was, I mean, it really got handed to me today, too, honestly. It was a lot to handle, a lot to do today, especially because of the humidity. Like, God. But then again, that's not the worst fear that I have right now. Due to the fact that it rained, and now that there's puddles all over the ground, I'm just like, I'm sure every mosquito is just like this right now. Every drop of water that's on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they're going to eat me alive. Hey, hey, hey. Big Russ, Broncos, country, let's ride. Okay, I can see you're a football man, which is a good thing, as always. Oh, goodness gracious. But we have, I'm sorry, I kind of moved a bit with that, I'm sorry. We have it that mark, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to say hello and welcome back for those who are just joining us, or if you're going to be watching this as a highlight. I hope you enjoy. And before we get into it, as you know, I just want to give a little quick recap just for those who are just joining us for the first time. Basically, what I do here is me being a collector, of course, as you can tell, all the stuff that I collect, I always show off here, mostly on my YouTube channel because I'm coming at you guys from my YouTube channel and, of course, my TikTok. Basically, what I do is I show it off here. I talk a little bit about the character or the piece of merchandise or the piece of memorabilia, and I introduce, I show it off, and I basically give a little history, a little story behind said character or merchandise or memorabilia just to help you guys better understand, what I do, because it's something I'm good at, and I'm very happy because I want to be able to share it with you guys. And I'm hoping to reach a whole lot of other like-minded folks, because I mean, I've had so much just like support. It's been overwhelming for me to want to be able to keep going and keep doing this, and I'm proud to say that I'm 4 seasons, 4 seasons into this, and I'm going to be doing it for a pretty good while, or until I just can't do it anymore, because as long as there's stuff out there that I feel like I want to show off here, or that deserves to be shown off here, I'm going to do it, and I hope that you guys will enjoy that. But enough of the jibber jab, heck, why don't we just go ahead and get into the nitty gritty? So, tonight's episode is going to be pretty exciting because I thought that we can go ahead and into the exciting world, of course, of magic, wonder, and enchantment, if you will, aka the Disney universe. Yes, that's right. Because tonight we're going to be introducing a historical pair of characters from a movie that basically talks about a king, but not just any king, but one of the best, in my opinion, because he's very well known throughout history, and just a whole lot of, he's like, basically he's known a lot more than any other king, but anyway. Gold Ranger. I don't have any Gold Ranger memorabilia yet, but best believe I'm going to try my best to get some, James, and if I do, I will share it here, best believe. And hope that you guys are relaxed and are kicking back as well, because as you know, this is a green zone. You're safe here, judge-free zone. Just pal around and hang out with your boy, huh? So, why don't we just go ahead and get started? Because as you know, it's just you, me, and the merchandise of tonight. So, first up, we're going to be introducing a legendary magic user who was actually the one in this particular story who helped a mere boy become a king, ladies and gents. And of course, that man's magical name is Merlin. Yes, that's right, folks. The soothsayer and prognosticator of the Sword in the Stone movie has poofed his way into tonight's episode, and of course brought with him a tale. But not only is he not alone, but he's brought with him his faithful companion, Archimedes. Now, there's a reason that he's called a faithful companion, is because he's a very educated and smart owl. Of course, I'll leave it here. I'll show you guys. Bam. And of course, the movie released back in the 1960s, and even to this day, is still a triumph. Like, it's one of my top Disney films, and I can watch it for like forever and just never be bored with it. I don't know why, but it's just because of because it's comedic, or because of the kind of mixes between like history and comedy at the same time. But and of course, I'll show you guys Archimedes. Trust and believe me when I say Archimedes. He may be an owl, but he does have a mouth on him. But he doesn't really, use any bad things. But just saying. Anyways, and of course he brought with him a tale of history. Now, again, as I said, he is a soothsayer and a wizard of an unspecified origin, if you will, who is first seen living in the forest in a cottage by himself with Archimedes. And he's a very wise character who believes in the philosophy of brain over brawn. And to this end, Merlin, he values like education, if you will, sort of as opposed to the war-trained philosophies shared by much of the rest of society in that time, which of course was the 1960s. Now, I don't know if per se, like, if it was in the same era, if you will, because they made it back in the days of knights and swords and shields and all that stuff. But I mean, it was still a triumph, in my opinion. If you haven't seen it, you should see it, honestly. And of course, it is unknown how he actually acquired his pet owl Archimedes, but he certainly gave him an education, which he would later attempt to pass down to the very character who became the king of this story. Now, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, because in the movie itself, it seems like in the beginning, he really dislikes most of what is being seen around him, mainly because he feels like society has just gone down the drain. Because in the beginning of the film, you see him, pulling up that pail of water by a chain, and of course, as I said in the beginning, a dark age. He felt like it was a dark age because there was no plumbing. There was no lights other than like featuring things like torches and all that good stuff. But he felt like he was out of his element, you know. But that's best story for another time because there was, you know, there was a moment in this movie when he felt as though his journey wasn't really working out because the main character, uh, he sort of veered off just for like maybe a split second. So Merlin, I felt like he had become a failure, and he thought that that particular character wouldn't really amount to anything. But it's later revealed that was a big twist, and hey, uh, in the end, he basically realized what he had to do. And even though there was also a time in the movie where he said, "Blow me to Bermuda," and he actually did get blown to Bermuda. But in that moment, he actually took a trip to the future. I can't really specify how far he went into the future, but I know when it did come back, he wasn't sporting the cloak and the long hat. No, he was speaking. He was sporting what looked like one of those beach Hawaii flower shirts, some shorts, some sneakers, and some sunshades, and he even had a freaking blue cap on. But I know I'm trying to issue like little spoilers. So again, if you haven't seen this film, you should see it because it is one of my absolute favorites, and I highly recommend it because it's great. Now, I actually did find out some pretty interesting facts about Merlin here. Did you guys know that the exclamation the exclamation of Merlin cries the exclamation. I'm sorry. I'm a little flabbergasted right now. There's sort of a catchphrase that you will that Merlin says anytime he's in danger, right during a crisis, and it's Jehoshaphat. And of course, what's interesting about that is that that's actually the name of the fourth king of the kingdom of Judah, which was back in that time, you know. And one other interesting fact, probably the coolest thing that I liked, is that I have no idea what we are talking about. I hopped in during the middle of this. Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Alicia, it's Disney. It's Disney night here on Figure Friday, and of course, the first character that was introduced, I'll give you a recap, was Merlin, of the Sword in the Stone movie, the cartoon from the 1960s. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's really cool, really good. And of course, Archimedes as well, the owl. Oh goodness gracious! Like I said, it's a film, and if you haven't seen it, you should. But the coolest fact, I just want to recap. The coolest fact that I did find out about Merlin here is that Walt Disney himself was actually the inspiration for Merlin's character because there were certain characteristics of like facial characteristics, if you will. Like if you've seen Merlin in the film, you'll notice how like his eyes and I believe it's his nose also. Those are actually the same features from Walt Disney himself. You know, and I always thought that was really cool due to the fact that the creator was inserting himself a lot more into the films that he was making or being produced. You know, I'm here for it. Hey, I appreciate you for coming, Alicia. Really, thank you for coming over. Oh, cool. It came with a stand. Nice. There you go. Put that on right now. Higgitus, figitus, migitus, higgitus, figitus, zumba kazoo. Okay, that was a spell that he said in the film, and I just wanted to see if it worked because it made certain things come to life, and I wanted to make sure. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on into another character, and I hope you guys are good. You guys good? Okay, cool. You're good. Because you guys, I'm blessed to have you here, and thank you so much. Now, next up, forgive me here, folks, we will be singing a legend, a song of when England was young. I'm sorry. That's the beginning song in the film. I'm terrible, I know, so please bear with me. We're going to introduce our next guest of the evening, who I mentioned previously during Merlin's story, but he literally went from a poor mere boy to a friggin' king with a crown on his head, you know? And wow, I thought that was really cool, honestly. So, again, so please pay some respects. And of course, as you know, right here, I'm going to drop to my knee because this next character I'm going to introduce is a king himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Arthur. Hail, King Arthur, hail! Yes, that's right, folks, that's right. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. The head that wore the crown of the Sword in the Stone film has graced us with his presence. Oh, my king! Oh, my king! Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm sorry. But why don't we talk a little history here? You know, let me just get him out of his imprisonment. Go, here you go. Bam. And of course, as you can see, sporting the boots, the leggings leads up to a short, and of course, pile of dishes and everything. But there's a reason for that, and like I said, we're going to talk about his history right now. Now, I know what you're saying. You know, when it comes down to things like Merlin and Arthur Pendragon, different stories. You know, but I understand the film itself is a little different. So please remember that. That the knight Sir Ector actually found Arthur as a boy when he was a baby. I'm sorry, and he took him in and took care of him, and he basically gave him a roof over his head. Although Ector cares for the boy, like to an extent, if you will, he still tends to favor his older son Kay, Kay, not the letter K, because I understand people get upset when that's mentioned, you know. But he raises Arthur much more, you know, strictly, and this is why he gives him a lot more chores, having him washing dishes or cleaning up the stables and all that stuff, you know. And Kay is a constant tormentor to his adopted brother Arthur, you know. And almost everyone refers to him as Wart, W-A-R-T, rather than his birth name, which is Arthur. And in fact, his real name is actually it's actually rarely mentioned throughout the film, and which is actually along with his last name, which is Pendragon. Now, once actually by Wart himself, you know, and later when he's actually revealed to be the rightful king of England, thanks to his ability to pull a legendary sword from a stone. And I thought that was just one of the many like defining moments in a Disney film. You know, like every single one has one when it comes down to it. I mean, if you really think about it, you know, like for example, like well, this one, for example, you know, pulling the sword from the stone, sword in the stone. The movie Mulan, you know, she basically went off to war for her father so that he wouldn't have to do it. You know, she basically was doing to protect him. You know, what else? Monsters Inc. Monsters Incorporated. You see where I'm going with this? I'm pretty sure you guys can see where I'm going with this. But I actually did find out some pretty interesting facts about him. Did you guys know? Now, if you guys have seen the film The Fox and the Hound, it's actually revealed that he made a cameo in his squirrel form in that film. Now, I don't know particularly like at what moment in time or what like spot, but if I get the chance, I'm going to research it. I'm going to find it. And of course, probably the another fact is that the story writers for the film predicted that if Arthur hadn't actually found Merlin and became his student, Arthur wouldn't have grown up to be the bully that Kay was towards him, you know? Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of a twist because I feel like if Arthur didn't find that sword and he didn't pull it from the stone, he would have become a completely different person. Probably a lot like Kay, you know, lazy, like he has no goals, just no drive to do anything. But I understand, you know, I'm glad that he did. But probably the coolest fact that I did find out is actually like if you guys know the story of Cain and Abel, it was actually referenced by Kay when he said basically I'm not the wart's keeper. Now that mentioned the story of Cain and Abel from Genesis. Now don't quote me on that because I'm pretty sure that is true. Now I don't have a Bible with me, so I can't comment or stipulate on that, but I think it's real. Oh my goodness, I need a drink. It's tea. Relax. Oh goodness gracious. But I'm sorry, folks. I keep moving my legs against the bed. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right here, folks. I want to say thank you to everybody who came out to see me tonight and all the constant support. You guys are breathtakingly awesome. I appreciate you and love y'all so much. I am working on finishing up another fight montage for Mortal Kombat 11. It will be posted pretty soon. And if you like, good show, be safe, and hug the kitties. Hey, YouTube, Kenny, thank you so much for coming, man. Really, I apologize for not having them in here, but they're sleeping in the other room, so I didn't want to bother them. But if you like, feel free to hit the follow button when it does appear here, and also feel free to sample either one of these fun videos when they do appear. Everybody on TikTok, thank you so much for dropping by. The link is in my bio if you would like to drop a subscribe on me. And from here, I'm going to be shooting over to my Twitch channel to do some gaming. Not sure what, but best believe I'm going to find something. And of course, until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, and stay yourselves. And see you next week. Peace.